Alright guys, so today I'm going to show you how to create your own tile set using Photoshop. So I'm going to show you a couple of tips and tricks too on how to bring in reference and just ways to make this whole process more convenient and straightforward, especially for those of you that are in fact using Photoshop and not using Sprite. So this is kind of an example right here of what you're going to be making. This is a 64 by 64 grid of a tile set. So essentially this is what we would be bringing into our game engine, and then using these 16 by 16 squares as paintbrushes essentially to fill in the space in our game. So let me show you how to do this well and effectively. So we're going to do a couple things. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new document. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my 64 by 64 canvas. Resolution I'm going to have set to 72, and make sure you're selecting pixels, not inches or anything like that. So we're going to hit create, and there we go. There's my 64 by 64. Let's hit Command or Control plus to zoom in on that. And then right away what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit Command Save. So Control S or Command S, depending on if you're using a Window or a Mac. For some reason, it's not working. It's not letting me save it. Okay, I'm gonna hit Save As. Oh, because I haven't saved the document yet. Duh. Okay, so I'm gonna call this just for now until I'm done, making everything. I'll call this Tileset 64. I'm not saving this as a PDF. This is being saved as a Photoshop document, PSD. I'm going to click Save. So that way I can quickly look at this and tell that this is in fact my 64 by 64 canvas. So now I'm going to create a new one. And this time I'm making my 16 by 16. Create. And there we go. So what I like to do when I'm making tile sets is I like to bring in reference. I like to find an image of like colors that look appealing to me that I want to use for my tile set. So in this particular example, I'm going to do just that. I'm going to create I'm going to hit open actually, because I already have the file saved. And it's this box art for Animal Crossing. And I'm going to go ahead and open that in here. So now to use this as reference, I'm going to go back to my 16 by 16. And I'm going to go over to Window. I'm going to click Arrange. And I'm going to click 2 up vertical. So it's going to select the window that was above this one, which was the reference, and put it next to this. So there we go. So now what I can do is I can hold down Alt or Option when I have the pencil tool selected, and I can select colors right from this reference and use it to start building out my tile set. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to select this brown from the rock there. And I'm going to go to my paint bucket and just fill this in with that color. I think actually I'm going to go a little lighter. There we go. Yeah, I like that more. Then I'm going to go to the darker color. Back to my brush tool, and I'm just going to start making some designs here in the 16 by 16 grid. And I'm going to go over here, I'm going to pick a darker color and just start adding in some details. Just to add a bit of variation. Then I'm going to get some green. Fill that in like so. Actually, maybe we will keep that part like that. And let's get a little bit darker green. We will scatter in through here just to add some variance. Like that. And I'm even going to go a little bit darker. Perfect. Now I'm going to go a little darker here on this so I can add a shadow here. There we go. It's looking pretty good. And for now, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to spend too much time with this. I just want to show you guys like quick and easy ways to put some tile sets together. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this layer. I'm going to go to our 64 by 64 and I'm going to paste it in. So you can see how this, how much space this takes up here. And now when we're making these, we want to make sure that they tile well. So I'm going to copy that and paste it back in and put one right next to it. And it tiles relatively well. I might want to add some details here to, add a little bit of variance, but it looks pretty good on both sides. I like it. So what we're going to do is we're going to create the edges of this. So we're going to, just create a slope right here at the edge, just to give it a more natural look. Now, instead of going back into the 16 by 16 to do this, I think it's going to be more effective if I just do it here so I can get a really good look on, how it's going to look when it's next to another tile. So I'm just going to select my eraser tool. And I'm going to bring this all the way down to 1 pixel. Oh, we got a problem. Because it is a brush and it is not a hard square. So let me pick the right brush. There we go. So to change that, you're just going to go to mode and select pencil. Now I can start erasing. So I'm just going to create a slope just like that. Now, what I'm going to do now is copy and paste this. That layer shows up here. So I'm going to right click on this layer. And I'm going to actually, I'm going to hit Command T, transform, right click, and flip horizontally. There we go. And there we go. I got my top layer of the tile set done. So now I'm going to go back to my 16 by 16. I'm going to select this color here. And I'm just going to start filling this in because I'm going to make the middle part of the tiles now. Let me get rid of that shadow. Go here. And there we go. So now I'm going to copy that and bring it into my 64 by 64 and place it right there. And now we need to do the same thing for these two. So I'm going to copy and paste. Oops. Made a little mistake. Here we go. Paste. Perfect. Paste and do the same. There we go. So you can see here that it kind of looks a little odd when we create this this tile at the top. So I'm going to make some changes to this actually. I'm going to add a layer of darker color right there. So let's actually go back into the 16 by 16 to do that. I'm going to select these layers and delete them. Go back to the 16 by 16. Get my pen tool or my pencil tool, and I'm just going to add some darker colors there. Okay, copy, paste. There we go. And that's looking a lot better already. And now I'm going to do the same exact thing for these edges here. So I'm going to delete that one, and I'm just going to use this one for my edge. Just erase it like that. Perfect. Select it, copy and paste. Control or Command T to transform. Right click, flip horizontal. And there we go. There is part of our tile set done. Just select all these and I'm just going to move them up. Right over here. So now what I'm going to make is a single tile that is these two combined. So it's going to be an individual floating tile. And the way that we're going to do that is I'm going to take this layer here, copy and paste, take this layer, copy and paste, and I'm just going to bring them together like that. That's layer 8 and layer 7. I'm going to select those two, right click, merge layers. And these are definitely too big. So let's undo that. Actually, the easier way to do this is going to be going here, or copying from here, pasting into here. Turn that layer off, and I'm going to eraser tool. Just create the same shape on both sides. There we go. So there we go. And then we have our one tile piece. Okay, and then lastly, I'm just going to make some slopes. So I'm going to have an upward slope and a downward slope. So for this, I want to make sure that it's uniform all the way up to the corner, because if I need to make larger slopes, that is what we will need in order for it to look natural. Get up like that. Fill that in. There we go. Actually, I want to add some grass. There we go. Make sure I'm grabbing the right color. There we go. That looks good. Copy. Paste it right in. So there's my upward slope. And I'm just going to copy and paste this. Transform. Right click, flip horizontal. Get my downhill. Let me see if there's any that I'm forgetting. Yeah, so you could make more of these short ones, but you can actually reuse some of these to get that effect. Yeah, you can just use the... not necessarily. Okay, so let's make that last one. Put this here. This here. And now I will select each of these, copy and paste it. Kind of running out of space. Okay, there we go. Perfect. And now I can erase the edges of this one. I'm going to bring this one over one. Oops. Erase. There we go. There is a simple example of a tile set. And now we can export this and use it for whatever we want. One thing you want to make sure that you're doing is you have a transparent background for this, because when we import this into Unity, we don't want to have a white background behind any of our tiles. So make sure that you turn off the default white background, or make sure that you set it to be transparent when you're creating your file. So that's it. Have fun with this. Come up with something that's aesthetically pleasing, that fits the the kind of theme that you want to go for your 2D platformer that you're eventually going to make. And make sure you're using reference. Reference is always a good idea.